Yo, it is Jazzy Jazz. What's up, fam? I'm excited. I got some cinematic magic in the building right now. I am talking Tale of the Tape, how the mixtape revolutionized hip hop with executive producers DJ Envy, who everybody knows, and most of you love him, right? You get mostly love, right, Envy?
I
Kim
would say so.
Osorio and Malik Bowie. Thank you all for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is so dope.
Thank you,
So,
Jazz. Thanks for having us.
you are welcome, beautiful. So, people hear documentary and they think, yeah, boring. But I checked it out. This is so fire. Like, first of all, you got a dope score by Straight Bangers. It's got beats. You got Jcole in there, Kendrick Lamar, so many hip hop artists that we love. Prodigy, rest in power. I was really surprised to see Prodigy in that. So, what inspired the film?
So I'll start off and say, what inspired the film was honestly our love of hip hop. You know, I've been documenting the culture and producing for many, many years. And the one common theme line between producers, artists, everyone was the mixtape. The mixtape normally helped them start their career. It helped catapult them to a certain success, and that's the proving ground for great DJs. So that was what inspired us to make the film.
Yeah, now how did you get the coin for it? Like, how did you raise the money to make it happen?
Envy cut a check.
That was all you, huh, Envy?
This was self-financed, honestly, out of pocket,
That's
our
beautiful.
blood and sweat, and our calling on our relationships. That's how we got this done, honestly.
No, that's beautiful. And see, when you do it yourself, it's like no compromise, right? You do
Exactly,
not have to
exactly.
compromise on the message or anything else in that. So how did the mixtape revolutionize hip hop? Especially as we going
I'm,
into this 50 years.
I think everybody knows the DJ is what creates everything. In my opinion, the DJ is one of the most important things when it comes to hip hop. But time after time, it feels like the DJ is left off, and it tells the
Mm,
story of mixtapes and how it started. And I thought this documentary was amazing because it really tells a story, a lost art, in my opinion, when it comes to most. Growing up as a kid in Queens, it was the DJ that created everything. It was the starter. We can go back from, Cool Herc to, Grandmaster Flash to, Jam Master Jay to Kid
yes.
Capri to DJ Clue to DJ Drama. It was the DJ that was the soundtrack. We were the ones that provided what people or what we thought people should be listening to. And I think that's a lost art now. And I think people forget how important the DJ is with streaming and a lot of these other digital assets. So I think it's just a history of something that'll be documented and be there for a long time to give hopefully young DJs coming up to see where things come from. It's the bad thing about hip hop sometimes is we always think about what's new and what's fresh. And all these other genres and anything that is out there, whether it's the creation of a car, where the history, you know where it started from, to the creation of a plane, to the creation of all these different things. You know the history of it. I mean, even American history, even though some of it's fabricated, we know the American history. But DJing is a lost art where a lot of times people don't even know where it started from. When you have anybody being able to buy a Serato and a laptop and figuring out how to DJ, this documentary that was so well crafted, it tells a story. It tells what's the importance of the mixtapes and how it transcended from just DJs doing it to artists and the importance of it. It was a free way of promotion because sometimes art labels didn't believe in the artist or they didn't know what single to go with, and the DJs were the one that found that single. They would have wanted to put it out there to the public. They would
That's
have wanted to
that.
said this one was hot, and everybody followed along. And I think it tells that art of where the DJs are so important to the industry and to the artists, and hopefully it gets back to that.
No, that's facts. And I mean, the DJs back then, they were the social media,
Mhm.
that we have
Well, yeah,
today.
right.
But I love that you're bigging up the DJs, and that is such a contribution to the culture to document that history because, like you said, we do not want that to be lost. And encouraging young DJs who are on the come up. I mean, congratulations, mad props, because it is absolutely powerful and beautiful. I love that. And you got drama in it. I'm telling you, fam, there is mad drama in it. So one of you got to tell us the story of DJ Drama, which is in the film when they roll up on him, the SWAT teams roll up on him with M16s, and this was over
Mhm.
some music, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Well,
yeah, right. It was and I was fortunate, we were fortunate enough to get all of the affiliates to tell the story, right? Not just drama, but DJ Sense and his partners. And he was having his meetings with interns in there. I can't tell you how he doesn't even know how long he was quote unquote being investigated for.
Hmm.
Um, but for them to kind of like roll in there with such force, like as if there was some like nefarious crimes being committed,
Crazy,
for them to be
crazy.
booked, for them to freeze their bank accounts, and to, take their cars and put holes in the wall of the studio, was just really outrageous. Unfortunate, no one got hurt. But I think that was a turning tide for, mixtape culture, distribution, and just the really also their careers. Envy also, speaks on it about how Drama and those guys were really, influential in like helping Southern hip hop really, really grow.
Hmm.
But
That's
we
facts.
didn't see a lot of people like a lot of artists like stand up for them and say free drama.
now,
Yeah.
the crazy thing about it is the RIAA was an agency created when we were DJs, when we first started off to really hold, supposed to look out for musicians. So it was always a big thing because you had the RIAA on one hand telling DJs not to make mixtapes, not to put out these mixtapes, but then you had the actual record labels giving us the songs to put out. So,
Mm,
that's when you really understand masters and who owns what. Because when you have a label like Def Jam, Interscope, Sony giving you records saying, hey, please put this on your mixtape. Please put this out, because for them
right.
it was a form of promotion. And then you had the RIAA trying to send us letters say, hey, if we see another mixtape, we're shutting you down. If we see another mixtape, we're going to stop this. And that was the reason why DJs like myself and Clue said, you know what, let's find other ways. Let's start going into radio. And that's what really slowed us down from doing mixtapes. Drama decided he wanted to continue doing it. And at the time, DJs were making so much money, people assumed it would had to be some big drug operation and this, that, and the other. But no, it was just DJs and their love of music.
Yeah, that is powerful. That is powerful. Did Drama ever get any restitution though for that kind of destruction?
No.
No, not to my understanding. No,
Yeah, no,
not an
that's
apology. Just unfreeze the accounts and drop the charges.
mm.
Yeah, and I think everybody knows when the feds come at you and they make a mistake, it's usually just turn your back and say my bad and keep it moving. You just keep it moving. Like you don't
Yeah.
go against them. You don't go against them, and you don't go against the IRS.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go against the IRS though, for real though. Yeah, no, that is there's some more dramatic moments in there. Now you got Biggie and Diddy a little salty over something you did, Envy. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so the mixtape game was it was always, it started off as just mixes, then it started off as blends, and then Clue was one of the ones that had exclusives, and everybody wanted the newest record. And I remember getting a call about a new Tupac record. And this was twice that they were mad at me. One time I played a Tupac record, which was Hit 'Em Up. I was the first DJ to play it. And I actually got it from a New Yorker that happened to be in the studio that night. And I was trying to make a name for myself, so I knew what it would do. So I put the mixtape out, and then I went back to college at Hampton because I figured at Hampton I'd be safe. But that was one time they
Hampton
were
was
mad
your
at me.
safety zone.
Yeah, I figured, yeah, I'm like, they'll never think I'm in college. So I just put it out and just ran back to college. That was one, and the other was I played a reference track of "Pray for My Downfall," which was on Biggie's album. And people don't know I actually got that from valet. He was putting his car in valet, and the valet guy heard it. He took it out and told it to me. And at the time, I think it was worth. I think it might have been $100, but this was back in the '90s, so $100 was a lot. So it was like it
Right.
wasn't like now. Somebody might be like $100, that's nothing. No, $100 was a lot. So we
You
paid for
still
that
you had
song.
fat pockets with $100. Okay, a Benjamin, right?
That's right. That's right. You could go to the strip club, and if you had $100, you were rich, rich. But um, I remember giving them that, and we played that. So that was both times where Biggie and Puff and Little C's were very upset with me. Thank God we're cool now, but back then it was problems.
So how did you make peace?
Like anything else, that's the time. And Biggie passed. I think people
Of
just
course.
forgot. They didn't care at that point anymore.
Yeah.
And me and Little C's is cool. I mean, Little Kim. I still have. I think I have Kim's car in my garage right now. I haven't had it for the last year,
Wow.
so we're all cool now. So it's we laugh about it now. But yeah, back then it wasn't. It was nothing to laugh about.
Well, Kim, you representing the sisters in this mix. What inspired you to get involved?
I just always been a fan of DJ culture and the mixtape, and Malik and I have worked together on a number of different projects. So when he was, and this is a project, I don't know if we said it, but that has been in the making for over 10 years. So
Wow.
it's something that we've continuously gone back to and worked on. When you talked about where do we get the coin, right? It was really where do we find the time in between everything that we were working on ourselves. But just being fans of mixtapes and fans of the DJ culture, we wanted to find the time because that time is really the greatest currency that we have, in my opinion. So it was something that we did. We put our time, in, and we stuck with it until we were able to get it out.
Yes, like don't give up, just keep it moving. 10 years. Wow. That was a long time. So congratulations on hanging in there and making it happen. It's such a big contribution to the culture. I really think so because it's a lost art. Like you were saying, Emmy, and I think that this helps people really recognize how important this art has been to the culture. So I really am just so impressed with it. Congratulations. So it's streaming on Prime Video, y'all. Tale of the Tape, how the mixtape revolutionized hip hop. And where else can you find it? Because I know it's streaming on Prime, but it's streaming on some other platforms as
Yeah,
well, right?
it's also on Spectrum. It's also on Verizon. You can go to taleofthetapefilm.com and like click on direct links. And there's a lot of behind the scenes footage that we post on Red Summer TV.
Yes, that's what's up. And I love the name Red Summer. That just sounds hot. So, Amber, got to ask you a couple of quick questions. You've got a couple of other productions that you're working on. Cars, the car
Mhm.
show. Where did that passion come from? I mean, when you were a kid, were you playing with those little Matchbox cars, or what was it that got you so passionate about the whip?
Them damn drug dealers. That's what it was.
They did that to
Uh,
you?
yeah, growing up in Queens, you would see all the drug dealers, the local drug dealers drive the nicest cars, right? I grew up in, like I said, Queens Village, and we would always spend a lot of time on Jamaica Avenue. And Jamaica Avenue was kind of like a meetup place. It was where the buses all came at the end of the day for school. It was where you went shopping. It's where you got your electronics. It's where you got your music. And the local drug dealers used to have every dope car driving up and down the Ave. Now back then, I mean, a 3 Series BMW was like a Rolls Royce, so you just wanted it. So I always had a love for it. And when I started making money, I kind of, fell in love and started getting every car I ever wanted. My dad came to me one day and was like, "Boy, you're gonna go broke messing with all these cars. You got to find it a business." So I said, "Well, I love car shows, but let me make my car show better." And I have 6 kids. I have a 22, a 20, 11, 10, 7, and 2. And every time I would take my kids with me to the car show, after 20 minutes, they wanted to leave. So I was like, "Well, what can I do to make kids want to stay?" And I came up with this idea of uh, kind of like a Carcella type of thing, or like a car amusement park where it's cars, it's rides, it's family fun. And I came up with this idea of creating a car show where everybody can have fun. So, if you want to bring your wife or your old lady or your girlfriend, you could come. There's stuff for her. If you want to bring your kids, there's rides, jumpies, games, food truck, face painting for the kids. So it became a kind of like a big family reunion. My kids are there all the time, and it started to grow. We just started doing city after city, and we got one coming up August 17th. And we try to make it affordable for families because I remember as a kid growing up in Queens, everything was, how much does it cost? You want to go? How much does it cost? So we try to do things where we do tickets cheap. So I tell everybody all the time, for $29.99, where can you go to get free rides, entertainment, cars, music, celebrities are in the building. Your kids could, dance, have fun. It's a day of just chilling for $29.99. That's impossible. There is nowhere like that. But my
And
show is,
I
and
love that you're making it affordable because, families are under so much pressure these days, Black families
mhm,
especially, but, and to be able to go and have an experience like that helps bring a family together. Plus,
right.
you get to see the whips of all these famous celebrities and whatnot, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Which is
I mean,
very
we've had
unique.
everybody's cars from 50 Cent to Cardi B. We've had Trina. We have Khaled's cars. There's so many different people's cars, and it's just a good thing. But it's not all about their cars. It's about your car as well. And it doesn't have to be a Rolls Royce. It's what you put your energy and time into. I tell everybody my first car was a 1986 Honda Accord, but I put rims on it. I had a system. It was my baby,
Well, you
and you
had
couldn't tell me.
rims on the Honda Accord. You weren't playing.
Does that make you laugh? You didn't have rims on your car?
D's on the Honda Accord. I am
I
not
might
mad
have,
at you,
it
Envy.
was only like size 15s or something like that, but still, it was clean. It was clean. Um, but we also have those type of cars, people that just put their energy and time into their cars. So it's pretty cool. So you see all aspects of the car game.
That's cute. And well, another production that you should be very proud of is your family. You
Hmm.
have 6 children. You've been married to a beautiful sister. Props, dubs up for the sisters for, I don't know, so many years. And your relationship plays itself out on the internet all the time, from your sex life to cheating. How do you keep it together? How do you all keep that bond and just that spark, that spice, and the beautiful bond that y'all have created with each other, which I think is so important for us as people of color, that the inspiration of real families and relationships that have stood the test of time. So I congratulate you on that too.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I think most people don't know is I met my wife when I was 16 and she was 15. So we've
Wow.
been married 23 years, been together 30. So what you see, the jokes, the laughter, she's not just my wife, she is my best friend. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like when you with your best friend, you can laugh, you could joke, we joke each other. I mean, it is what it is. But that's what you see. And the reason we started talking about it more on air or on social media is because we wanted people to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? You just don't want to see somebody highlight reel of how everything is good. So we go through everything. We go through if there's a problem with our sex life. We go through cheating. We go through, our kids graduating, problems that we have with our kids. Because, we always look at life like, damn, am I the only one going through it? And I always feel like if I had somebody to talk to or something to see, what our life would have been better because you actually learn. I'm from the school of we never really asked our parents anything. Like our parents, I didn't know what my parents' bills were, what their stresses were. It was kind of like a child stays in a child's place. But now we're actually having those conversations with my kids and opening up as people. So, if there's a problem or issue, we can help other people. Now it does take being criticized at time, being laughed at time, but at the end of the day, I got my 6 kids and my family.
Yes, you do.
Nobody can say nothing to me. I'm looking out the window now. My 2 daughters are going to dance right now. My
Oh,
son's over here ready for football. So it's like they can't tell me nothing. I'm happy over here with my family, and people who know me know that it's the real true situation when it comes to our family.
so what, I don't know what, hold on one second. Yeah, so what would you, I think that takes a lot of courage, and I thank you for that because like you said, it lets people know, oh, I'm not the only one going through it. And it gives them the courage to be able to talk about it and confront issues. What was the hardest thing for you to come and talk about
Of
and
course,
share?
the infidelity, and I think the infidelity was the most difficult because it just wasn't talking about it, but it's also embarrassing my wife.
Hmm.
It's also hurting the person that you love the most. But what I realized, it was like I was helping so many different people in so many different relationships. Because a lot of times people are so embarrassed they don't know how to discuss it or talk about it.
That part.
And
That's
I think
facts.
especially with my wife, the like a lot of women do say, if my man ever cheats on me, I'm out. And that was the case, but it wasn't the case. We were able to salvage, I was able to repair, I was able to gain trust back. But it was a long journey and it continues to be a long journey. But just going through that live on radio and on social media is, because now you're not just dealing with how your wife is feeling. You're dealing with your wife, you're dealing with the millions of people that are just nosy, you're dealing with the people that think it's funny, you're dealing with the people that just want to hurt you even more.
Mm.
So you're dealing with all that. So once you're able to go through that and get your lumps like anybody else and come out of that, everything it makes our relationship and our life even stronger. Like remember, I had to go through that with my kids there too. So it wasn't just like me and mommy. It's me, mommy, Madison, Logan, my mother, my father, her mother, and it was a lot. But we were able to get through it, and it made our relationship even stronger.
Yeah, and that's why I said it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. So we thank you for that. And we thank you for Tale of the Tape, how the mixtape revolutionized hip hop. Y'all, fam, you got to check it out. You will love it. You have not seen a documentary like that. It's like watching a mixtape. The documentary is like a mixtape. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. So I congratulate you all.
Thank you.
Envy, big fan. Thank you so much. Thank you, Malik. Thank you, Kim. Anything else you want to share before we dip and bounce?
Thank you.
Okay.
I just want to say, everybody who watches it, please hit us in the DMs, hit us in on wherever you need to hit us, email, hit us on our Instagram post. I love to go back and forth with people about who's the best mixtape DJ or who who got more influences, or who started the exclusives, who started the blends. I love having those conversations. It's just like DJ nerd talk and hip hop nerd talk. So the more you guys hit me in the DM, I respond because I love having those conversations all
Well,
day.
I am here for it. Now, who is your GOAT? Who's the GOAT in your opinion, all of you, in terms of DJs?
I
Mine
have
is
three.
DJ Envy.
Ah!
Sorry.
I paid her to say that.
I
I
love
paid her
Envy.
to
He's
say that.
great. Yeah.
What about
Sorry,
you?
guys.
Well, Kid Capri.
And what about you, Envy, besides yourself?
I have three. One is Kid Capri. And that's because I mean, just what he's been able to do as a mixtape DJ. The other was DJ Clue, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be
DJ
a DJ.
Clue. Yes.
And the last one, it would have to be between, and this is a funny toss up, but SNS and Jam Master Jay. And the reason I say
Mm.
that is SNS taught me how to DJ outside of New York. I was going to a college, HBCU, and SNS used to be the I-95 DJ. He would be DJing up and down I-95, and he really taught me how to hold the crowd. Clue taught me how to do mixtapes, and Jam Master Jay just taught me how to be fly. When I came up, no disrespect to any DJ out there, but DJs were usually overweight. They were big and sweaty. Always wore big white
Why
t-shirts.
were
That
they
was
big?
DJ.
Wait, why were they big and sweaty?
They just were. If you think about the DJs back then, whether it was SNS
That is
or
very
Craig
true.
G or even rest in peace, Mr. C, DJs were really big and overweight. I wanted to be the fly DJ, so I was the one that would dress up and throw on jewelry and I wanted to be outside the box. And that's where I got that style from. And Kid Capri was one of those DJs that I used to watch and I used to say, damn, Kid is fly. He just ain't a DJ wiping sweat off his head. He was a dope DJ, and those were the three that really and of course Jam Master Jay with the Adidas outfit. I would see him all day in Queens with the chains on. I was like, nah, that's the
Oh,
type of
he had
DJ I want.
drip, he had swag. I remember.
Right, that's
And
right.
y'all can catch Envy DJing on the Breakfast Club every morning.
That's right.
And he's not fat and sweaty. So I mean, I don't know about the sweaty part. You might be a little sweaty, but
Nah, I ain't no sweat. I'm good. I'm good.
well, y'all, congratulations again. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
I know that folks are going to love this film when they watch it. So really appreciate you stopping by. And don't forget to subscribe, everybody. Well, we'll talk soon. Bye. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jess.
Thank you.